Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope all is well. Hope everyone's doing all right. Sorry for running a few minutes behind. Had a meeting that pushed me behind. So hope everybody's doing great. Everybody's all right. Let's see if everybody's in. A few people. Okay, everybody's connected. Okay, cool. So like I said, good afternoon. I hope everybody's good. My name is Mr. Tucker. I'll be your instructor for this semester. Well, really, you guys not the whole semester. I think you only 7 weeks. All right. So hopefully you got all of my emails. I know you got at least this one, if nothing else. And so when they go into Canvas, we will not be using Canvas for anything but archiving our emails. Everything else is going to be in MathLab. We're going to get to that in a second, but all of our emails, class emails, will be archived in Canvas, and that's the only thing we're using it for, so that you'll be able to go back and reference anything that I've sent to the whole class, or see if anything has been sent. If you haven't seen anything in a while. All right. So let's walk through these emails real quick. So the first one is just talking about how this is an online class, and the nature of it. This is asynchronous. It's not synchronous. So, in other words, we don't meet at a scheduled time, weekly or anything like that. It's just, you guys knock out the work, according to the due dates. And then, pay attention to your emails, making sure that I'm not sending out anything that's pertinent to class happenings or anything like that. And, we have office hours and all the good stuff like that. Or if you want to schedule something outside of office hours, that's always an option as well. So, but that's how we do it. And then I have, lectures and whatnot. So you always can, you have multiple ways of consuming content for the course. And of course, the second one was the class optional intro meeting. So you guys know about that. That's why we're here today. MathLab access, MathLab. So send out an email just telling you guys how to register for MathLab. This link right here sends you right to the sign-in page. If you go to mymathlab.com, like we used to be able to do just as early as last semester, it now takes you to this page. It takes you to a whole bunch of different stuff. So this link right here sends you right to their login page so you can register, use that course ID. Now, one of your classmates brought to my attention that the TCC's Barnes & Noble is leaning on the 7th edition, and that course ID right there is leaning on the 6th edition. So, it doesn't matter which one. If you've already logged in using or registered using that code course ID, then it's fine. You shouldn't be able to do that now. So you should be able to log on using the course ID that's, I sent another email, and that will be based on the 7th edition. Still the same content. Just when you go from one edition to the next, it might be slightly, maybe a problem or two that's a little different or something like that, but it's nothing major. So if you're already in the 6th edition, just keep on working, and you're fine. You're fine. Either way, it's fine. So you input the access code. That access code, either you're getting it from TCC, Barnes & Noble, or some other outside source. Amazon has some of everything now. Who knows? So it should be 16-digit code. Then from there, you should be good to go. If not, you want to purchase access through Pearson itself, you can. They wouldn't give you a code. They would just give you access. And then if not, if you're not ready to purchase anything at all at this moment, you can use the 14-day free pass, which will be a small link at the bottom of the screen. All right. After the 14 days are up, if you're not ready to purchase, they will lock you out. But your progress will not be lost. I will still have access to your progress. You won't until you actually pay for the full access. Questions so far? Everybody good? Anything? Anybody? All right. MathLab specifics. I just wanted to detail exactly how MathLab will be used in this course. And you see the first note, or first sentence of note, is that MathLab does not work well with Safari. I don't say but oftentimes when it comes to Safari, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes things will pop up, sometimes things will not pop up. So the best way to navigate with MathLab is to use Chrome or Firefox. Both of them are free and free to download, and you can use them in the interface as well with MathLab. All right, so actually getting down to it, you cannot pass the class without access to MATLAB because of the second statement, all of your assignments, tests, everything we do, your midterm, your final exam. Well, this class is short, so we're not doing the midterm, but your final exam will be generated through MATLAB. So you must show your participation weekly so that I can give an account of your attendance. You don't have to do it daily, but I do ask that you do it weekly. Now with this class, since it's only seven weeks, you do most definitely want to be in there weekly. But yeah, that's how I look at attendance. I have to give an account for you guys' attendance. It's mandatory. Government's really cracking down on financial aid usage and how some people have been real messy with it. So I have to give an account if people have not been showing up. So make sure you are showing some type of activity in MATLAB. Just this last semester, I had somebody who hadn't been showing any activity in MATLAB since before midterm. And if we're about to close out, we get a couple of weeks away from closing out, so I had to drop them. But the way this is set up, TCC's SIS and MATLAB are not connected in any way. So if I drop you in TCC, MATLAB has nothing to do with that. So this person, got on the good foot and just started grinding away and knocking out the work and got to a C or something like that. And then so basically we're gonna pass the class, but when I go put in a grade, I recognize I dropped them a long time ago. And so then we had to go on the back end and try to get the person back into the class and all that stuff so I can give them that grade. And I don't mind doing stuff like that because I had already put in final grades and everything. So it was really messy. But I don't mind doing stuff like that for people who, put the work in or whatever. But none of that had to happen. All that person had to do was just go into MATLAB, hit save on the homework and come out. Then it would never happen. Or the person could have emailed me. So that's another option. If you're having issues, and that's what I got right here in this next statement, if you're having any type of issues with attendance or MATLAB or whatever, make sure you communicate that. Email me or something so that I know that you're still around, still trying to knock the stuff out. I won't drop you, and we'll still be good to go. All right. So when it comes to grading and your homework, you have unlimited amount of tries to get the best grade possible. All right. So when it comes to unlimited amount of tries, there's no such thing as unlimited amount of homework or unlimited amount of problems. So with unlimited amount of attempts, I am looking for at least a 75 or better. Because if you want to play the click game, you'll see, if you never dealt with MATLAB before, I am going to go into it before we close out today, but you'll see that you can keep clicking on the problem. You click on the problem, you get it wrong, it gives you the answer. If you want to keep clicking on it, click on it until that problem come back, you'll have all the answers. You can get hundreds on the homework and then bust a 20 on the test if you're not careful. So please don't play that game. Make sure you have an understanding of the homework as you go throughout it. And but we look for at least a 75 or better. 75 to 84.9, we'll get a 90 in my grade book. 85 or better, we'll get a full 100%. Now, this is something that I cannot program MATLAB to do. It's just something that I'll do at the end of the semester. But just let you know that is what I will be doing. So when you see your grade that way, just know that that's what I'll be doing to it. Now, your test reviews. Every test will have a test review. They are not mandatory. So if you never do them, you never go inside of them, I won't hold it against you at all. Or if you go in there, do a couple of problems, let's say get a 5% on it and then come out because you didn't want to do it, I'm not going to hold it against you. It will not be held against you in your grade. But if you were to score 85 or better on your test reviews, then I will add 5 points to that respective test. So people a lot of times like to ask about extra credit. There it is. I got extra credit embedded in the process. So if you want to take advantage of that, that's fine. If you don't, it's still fine. I would suggest you at least take a look at the test review because it'll let you know what type of problems that will be on your test. All right, but once again, it's not mandatory. Now, when it comes to your tests, the ones that are not proctored, normally for regular length classes, I'll have a midterm and then a final exam, but this is a short class, so we're just going to do a final exam. The final exam has to be proctored. Your tests that are actually in MATLAB already, you will not be proctored, but you get 2 attempts to get the best grade possible. It's not unlimited. You get 2 attempts. If you're going through it though, and and you ask, hit me with an email and say, can you get another attempt? I don't mind giving you that. Or something crazy happened, like a cat walk across the keyboard and hit submit. I don't mind giving you another attempt. So it's just all about communicating. All right. And those grades are what they are. So in other words, when it comes to your test, if you get a 75, you get a 75. It's not like your homework where, I'll bump it up. So just make sure you stay on top of that. But if you do the test review, you get 85 better, that's 5 points that'll take it to 80. So it's a way to bring your stuff up. There's multiple ways of getting the grade that you desire out of the course. And then here, any scratch work, you need to make sure you email that to me in some way, whether you scan it with your phone or whatever the case may be, just email me your scratch work. All right. Questions on how we handle in math lab?
Hello.
Hey,
So I do have a question in the last thing that you said, like the scribes, so is it for every assignment or just for the test,
just for the test.
final test?
Yep.
Just for the final test?
Just for
Okay.
your 4 tests and your final exam.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Good question. Good question. All right. So for the homeworks, you don't have to do it. It's just for the tests and the final exam. All right. So
Yeah,
also,
hello.
hey,
Yeah, hey, my name is Felicity. Just a quick question as well.
Mhm.
So how do you access assignments in the math lab?
oh, we're gonna get there. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
We're gonna
All
get
right.
there. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. I'm just making sure that everybody's clear on the emails I've sent, but we're gonna go right there in a second. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so the second to last email I sent you guys are just previously recorded lectures um, of everything that we would talk about if you were in class. So same guy, same content, same notes. So these are all the sections. So if you want to use them, they're there for you. If not, the book is there for you as well, or both of them, however you want to, consume the content. All right. And then here, this is just a new math lab course ID that I sent. Remember, I told you that the first one I sent was based on the 6th edition. This one was based on the 7th edition. So at this point, you should not be able to log on or register for the 6th edition. It should basically be the 7th edition course ID. All right. Questions before I go into math lab? Everybody good? Before I leave the emails. All right. So let's look at math lab. All right, so I'm gonna go into the old shell. That's already set for me. 6th edition, I should say. All right, so here's going to be your syllabus. I do need to update it because I need to put my office hours into it. But everything else is the same if anybody wanted to take a look at that. But this is syllabus. And then from here, your homeworks are right here. And our class ends, let's see, I know it's the 20th. Let's see what SIS have here. Yep, 26, yep. So our class in SIS ends on the 26th of February. And so we will be doing our final exam the week prior to that. So yeah, and if I can get some more days in there, I'm gonna confirm that 26. Do I have to get grades in? If I can get more time in, I'll let you guys know. But as the way it stands now in SIS, February 26th is our last day. So that means we need to do final exams the week before that. And like I said, when we get closer to it, I'm going to send you guys information on how we're going to do the final exam, details and the due dates, not due dates, but the test taking days that you have as options. Once again, I'll give you 4 or 5 days to choose from that you can log on to Zoom and, and take the final exam. All right. So, and since this is such a short class, notice I only have just the one due date. All of them say 2/26. All right. Then for your test. Now, if you want to put it on all assignments, you'll see that, the way it's set up, you have all of chapter 1's content, test review, and then test. Chapter 2's content, test review, and then test. And so that's how it is, chapter 3 and then chapter 4. Now, these are other sections that we cover. I just didn't make another test for that, but one or two of those problems are on the final exam, but you can see that in the final exam review. So everything's set up so you know exactly what you're going to be dealing with and how you will be dealing with it. For some reason in the syllabus, I didn't create the syllabus, but for some reason when they did the layout, they had this is the order that they gave it. So that's how I taught it. So that's why you have 4.5 here, 8.1, 8.4, 9.1, and then 8.3. That was the order that they told us to teach it. So, all right. So, yeah, this tab right here sections off everything. So if all you want to do is see homework, or if all you see is homework, that's why, because you have the homework tab highlighted. Tests, same thing here. So you see your 4 tests. You see 2 attempts right there. All right. And before I go into the home assignment, you see your e-text is right here, or chapter contents will take you to e-text as well. So e-text right there, and it may take a few minutes for it to load up. Not minutes, a few seconds for it to load up. But, excuse me. All right, and this is the book as if you had it, in your hand. So, yeah, you can type in the page number right here, just go right to left, according to how you want to move. So if you want to use the text, it's right here. My lectures, the YouTube videos that I posted. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, yeah, the YouTube videos that I posted are based off the text. So if you wanted to, you can go to the text, or you can just lean on the YouTube videos. It's up to you how you want to handle it. But the YouTube videos are based on the text. All right, so let's go into one of these assignments. All right, that's just a question. One. Okay, so here it's asking us to solve. And let's say if I just putting anything right now, it says check. Notice when you check it, they try to give you a hint. Checking again. And notice it says get the answer correct. If you get it incorrect, they'll mark it wrong and tell you what the answer is. All right, and then go from here. Now, right here, it says similar question. If you hit that, it'll give you a problem very similar to it, and just different numbers. And you can go through the problem and try to book it out. So if you get it wrong, there will be a red X beside your problem, and then you go to the list. There's a red X there. If you get it right, it will be a green check. If it's one that involves partial credit or have multiple answers, and you get some right, some wrong, it would be a green check / red X to let you know you got some of it right, but not the whole thing. Help me solve this. Most people don't click on help me solve this. Down here you have your help tools. And so people don't click on help me solve this because it's going to help you solve that problem. And then it's going to just mark it wrong because it solved it for you. View an example is what most people like to do because it pulls up a problem very similar to it. And you can walk through the steps. Some people even like to print them out. Get more help. You have video and animation. So there's just videos by either another Pearson instructor, not another Pearson instructor, but by a Pearson instructor, or animation just walking through the problem. Textbook is just it's going to tell you where in the textbook this problem is discussed, and then ask my instructor that's going to send me an email that you had a problem with this problem. And so if by some chance, if by some chance I don't respond to your email, just know that I'm not telling you to email me, so I don't respond to you. Anything could be happening. I may not have gotten it because of the interface didn't interface like it should. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes there's a flood of emails all at once, almost like a flow. Sometimes I don't have nobody emailing me. Then sometimes I just have 50, 11 people just emailing me all at once. So I'm just trying to get to it. But always feel free to remind me. I don't mind a reminder or just to check in. Hey, Mr. Chuck, I sent the email about such and such problem. I was wondering if you got it or whatever the case may be. Sometimes I may have to even create a video for the problem that you're talking about if it's that complex. It just depends on what's going on. So, and it may be hard to answer through an email. So I'll make a video up and send it to you or something like that. So, and then, like I said, office hours are always an option. And then if you have to meet outside office hours, then, email me and then we can figure out a time that works best for both of us. All I ask is that if you come to office hours or set up a session, that you don't come with a general question. In other words, here, this is solving equations. So you don't come to my office hours saying, I need help solving equations. Well, I need help from you. I need you to bring problems to me. In other words, they don't have to be problems that you've actually attempted, but go into your homeworks or you can go into a test review. It don't matter where you got it from and say, test review number 5. I didn't know where to start it. I'm not asking you to start the problem or show me work. I'm just asking you to bring problems to me so I don't have to try to find problems that may or may not, be your issue. With math, I can pull out multiple problems and still not address your problem. So, don't just say, I got a problem with word problems. Well, bring some word problems for us to walk through. So you don't have to write them out. All you got to do is say, section 3.1, number 2, section 3.1, number 5. I didn't know how to do these two. And so, and we'll walk through those problems. And then from there, I may be able to pull out another problem that can help reinforce what we just talked about. But, I got a lot of stuff here for you guys to pull from, even test reviews that are very similar to the problems that you see on the test. So I think it's only fair that you guys go in there and pull problems out, that'll help us to streamline what we're trying to do, which is help you be successful. Questions, concerns, comments, anything, anybody?
Yes, I do have a question. So you did mention about when you say help me solve this, it's going to automatically give you an X. But if you say view an example, does it give you an X or just show you similar question? Then you can work yourself.
Right.
Does it still?
Yeah,
it doesn't give you an X, right?
No, it doesn't. That's why I say most people don't like to do help me solve this, and they just do view an example. So view an example will not give you an X. It'll just pull up this window where a problem is very similar to it, and then you can go right back to the problem you were working on.
Okay. All right.
So
Thank you.
I've used the help me solve this, and then you get through it. If you click, oh my God. If you click similar question afterwards, it will take away the X and give you a check if you solve that one right.
Okay. Yeah. So most definitely all of these problems, if you were to do them right after you did it wrong, you're going to get that green check. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
And just to clarify, so no midterm, just the final on the last week.
Yes.
Okay.
I just felt like it is a little too much. I mean, only got 7 weeks, so.
I love that. I love that.
Unless you really want it now. I mean, just let me know. I don't
No, thank you. We love that.
Anything else? Anybody else? Everybody good? Everybody straight? And if by some chance, you think of something else, always feel free to email me. And, I can answer your question later if you can't think of anything right now. All right. So I think that's all I have now. If I think of something else, I'll email everybody. I'm going to email you guys anyway, this video for those who wasn't able to show up today so they can, review it as well. But other than that, I'm good. If you guys are good, I'm great. And let's look forward to having a great semester. Well, a great 7 weeks, right? All right. So
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
you too.
Take care.